country. You voted for Donald Trump. You prayed for Donald Trump. You even prayed for Barack Obama, that he would make the right decisions for America. You prayed for him for his safety and did not wish any ill will on him. And folks, I don't agree with everything that Donald Trump says. I don't agree with everything that Donald Trump does, but I'll tell you what, he does a lot more right every day for the working class of this country, for the middle class of this country, because we were losing exponentially ground for the middle class. He is looking out for us. Chuck looked out for us. Donald Trump is living proof that what Chuck did and what he talked about with protecting this country, making sure that we put America first, this is embodied in Donald Trump. And believe me, Chuck was well pleased that Trump got in. Now, folks, if you believe that, and all the effort and all the energy and all the love that Chuck brought 3 hours for decades and decades on the air, please give the best gift today that you can to forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. That's our website. Don't be overwhelmed with the $7,000. If you can give $500, please. If you can give $1,000, please. There might be somebody listening that says, you know what, Keith, I'm just going to go ahead and take care of this. And sometimes the bigger donors that are able to do that can do it. And if you're one that can do that, believe me, there would be such a burden off my shoulders to be able to just get this book and this project done without stressing, because I've put my own energy in, my own money in, because we started out double the budget. We're doing a shoestring budget on top of what money that I brought. And folks, we're not going to make millions off this project. I mean, we'll shop it around to the networks. Hopefully some will make a made-for-TV movie about it, because I think it's really good enough to do it with the IRS and with the UAW and with Pat Choate. The running mate for Ross Perot. He was my boss at UBN, the United Broadcasting Network. But just that story in itself, and then the 18-year audit is a movie kind of a thing. But they did it only because Chuck was making headway. He was making sense. He was the voice of reason for decades at a time. Decades. Telling the truth. And he suffered health-wise because of it. He suffered financially because of it. But he would do it again. This was his way to serve. Chuck was a patriot. Chuck loved this country. There was no doubt about it. Anybody that listened to Chuck, anybody that knew who Chuck was, knew unequivocally that he was a patriot. And I'm calling all patriots. I said that the other day on Facebook. If you're a patriot, please give today. Please give. Don't let the right hand know what the left hand is doing when you give. Just give something. $1. What's $1 today, right? If 100 people give it, that's another $500, right? That would be awesome. So, yes, thank you, Bonnie. She asked earlier, how much did we raise? $500 so far, $7,000 to go. That's our goal for the book and the DVD project titled Talk Radio at the Telford. That's why we're raising money for that ambitious project to tell Chuck's story. Where did Chuck go? Why wasn't he on hundreds and hundreds of stations after that story? Of what the Clintons did to Hillary's desk, the letter to the UAW, how they took out Chuck, how they destroyed Chuck, how they silenced his once prominent voice. That story has got to be told. And I can't wait to reveal it to you and to America. And a lot of people, their eyes are going to be open. They're not even going to believe it. And if anybody deserves an award for radio talk show host, of the decade or whatever it is, or decades, if there's some like Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Chuck needs to be there. So I've been in touch with Radio World and some other radio companies. Maybe we'll get Chuck a star somewhere. So people don't soon forget his contributions in talk radio. A lot of people say, man, Art Bell, he died, 3 days after Chuck. Is there no coincidence? Well, both of them were very similar in groundbreaking, trailblazing in their respective formats for radio, and they were good friends, not surprising. So I'm sure they're having a great conversation right now in heaven, but I think truly cheering us all on to make this project a reality. And I'm sure Art Bell said, let's make this happen. Let's set the story straight So you know the rest of the story, as the late Paul Harvey would say. And I miss him, don't you? All the great ones, seriously, the longer you live, there'll be nobody like Chuck ever again. And that story, yes, it needs to be told. Folks, I appreciate you. And we want to go back to regular format. The sooner we actually raise the money, we'll go back to normal and full-time at For the People. All the things that were on Chuck's heart, we'll bring them to you. Keith Allen, For the People, all the best. May God bless.